Benjamin Gaze Affleck is an Academy Award-winning American actor, film director and screenwriter. He received the award for special contribution to cinematography for the film Good Will Hunting. He is the older brother of actor Casey Affleck. Born in 1972 in Berkeley, California, Benjamin Affleck had Irish-Scottish roots. His mother, Christine Ann Bolt, taught school, and his father, Timothy Byers Affleck, performed in a Boston theater as a young man. The acting career of Affleck Sr. died in the bud, but during his time on the scaffolding the man managed to make friendship with Dustin Hoffman and Blaine Danner, Gwyneth Paltrow's mom. After leaving the theater, Timothy changed many professions. He was a caretaker, social worker, bartender, auto mechanic, but, having failed to find a place to his liking in Boston, moved to California, where he became a pharmaceutical representative. When Ben was 3 years old, his brother Casey was born, who later also became an actor. Later the family moved from California to Cambridge, Massachusetts. In 1981, Ben Affleck's film debut took place. The 8-year-old boy got a cameo in the social drama Dark End of the Street, filmed in Berkeley. In the actor's own words, he disappeared into the film by accident because a family friend was filming it. And not because my mum was obsessed with the idea of making me a child actor and turning me into a source of income, said Ben. In 1984, Ben's parents divorced because of his father's problems with alcohol. Christine Ann got a job in one of the schools in Cambridge, and the Afflecks began to settle in the new place. Timothy continued to drink and eventually found himself destitute and joined the ranks of the homeless Massachusetts Cambridge. In the late 80s Timothy was lucky. He was admitted to a rehabilitation center, and he overcame his alcohol addiction, but for this he had to stay there for the next 12 years. Ben's mother was an intelligent woman of very liberal views. She regularly took Ben and Casey to the theater and introduced her sons to classical literature. Tightening her belt, she saved up money for a video camera so the boys could make home movies. She took the boys to auditions for commercials, although she hoped that when they grew up, they would choose the noble profession of a teacher through an acquaintance who worked as a casting director on television. His mother found 12-year-old Benjamin a role in the educational series Voyage of Mimi. Participation in a low-budget program was enough to make the teenager literally sick of acting. His mother introduced him to his friend David Wheeler, a teacher of acting. The man enjoyed working with Ben, considering him a very gifted and inquisitive child. The boy occasionally starred in Mimi's Voyage until he was 15, sometimes filming in Mexico. In Cambridge, Ben Affleck became friends with Matt Damon. They lived a couple of blocks from each other, went to the same school, although in different classes. Matt was a couple of years older, and attended the school theater club. Damon recalled that their acting teacher, Jerry Spasser, always gave Ben the longest roles and the most important monologues. Matt often dropped by the Affleck home, where morals were loose. Ben was free to bring his friends home. During one of the joint meetings, the cronies firmly decided to become professional actors, but they couldn't get anything but a part in mediocre films. In 1989, Ben Affleck appeared on television in an advert for Burger King fast food chain. By that time, the young man was already 17 years old. It was time to think about his future profession. He entered the University of Vermont, and the reason for choosing an educational institution was very prosaic. Affleck had an undivided love for a girl who was not even a student at the University of Vermont, and studied at a school nearby. Not surprisingly, Ben did not last long at university, leaving his alma mater after the first term, and went to Hollywood with his best friend Matt. Affleck's mother was terrified. The center of world film production seemed to her a vicious circle of hell. The woman believed that prone to a wild life son will certainly spend the rest of the days in some rehabilitation center. Partly she was right. Barely Razmerov she third 10 actors rented a house in the heart of the city, organized parties, let down the few earned money on alcohol and light drugs, and in between could jammy look at the auditions. Hollywood forced young people to pass a harsh test of character. First-time castings ended up only participating in the crowd. In 1992, the comrades were approved for the main roles in the drama School Ties. Tape about the plight of school children belonging to different social castes gave away into the world of big cinema, not only Affleck and Damon, but also a whole galaxy of future movie stars: Chris O'Donnell, Brandon Fraser and Amy Locane. After receiving a fee for the first major role, each of the friends earned $40,000. Ben and Matt went into all sorts of fun, rented a cottage on the shores of the Pacific Ocean and the first thing rolled party for 800 people. The friends started throwing money left and right. When the funds came to an end, it was discovered that the young people had a huge tax debt of $15,000. They had to move out of the posh neighborhood and rent a house in a secluded spot in Eagle Rock. At this time, Ben Affleck made a second attempt to get a higher education and entered the liberal arts Occidental College of Los Angeles. For some time, the young actor quite successfully combined his studies and shooting, during which period he received a cameo in the series Buffy and was invited to the shooting of the film Stoned and Confused, during which he became good friends with Matthew McConaughey. One day, a writing teacher gave Affleck's group a homework assignment, to write a short story on a free subject. Ben and Matt spent several evenings to create a story of 20 pages, but the tutor only laughed in the student's face, saying that no one would ever read such nonsense. Angry, Affleck withdrew from college. In 1995, the young acting tandem noticed the budding director and screenwriter Kevin Smith. The guys appealed to him during the filming of the film Laboratory, and, although the tape did not become outstanding, since then the duo Affleck, Damon appeared in almost every comedy: Smith, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob, Jersey Girl. Smith was co-producer of the 1997 film Good Will Hunting, which brought Affleck and Damon stunning popularity. The main role of Will, a kid caretaker with a phenomenal IQ, was played by Matt, and Hunting's best friend was none other than Ben Affleck. The plot was based on the same 20-page story that was laughingly rejected by an Occidental College teacher. The film's box office grossed 22 times the amount spent on its production. In 1998, the successful film won 2 Oscars, for Best Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor. This statuette went to Robin Williams in the same year. The screenplay won a Golden Globe, and Friends was awarded an honorable mention by the National Board of Review for its special contribution to cinema. On the young actor Hale poured the most diverse proposals, from the tragicomedy Shakespeare in Love, where the character Affleck witnessed the love triangle heroes Gwyneth Paltrow, Joseph Fiennes and Colin Firth, to the film catastrophe Armageddon. On the set of the film, Michael Bay, actor from the start, surrounded by Hollywood top. His shooting partners were Bruce Willis, Steve Buscemi and Billy Bob Thornton, and film mistress hero Affleck became a beautiful Liv Tyler. In 2001, the premiere of the historical drama Pearl Harbor, which instantly broke into the leaders of the world box office. This time Affleck shared the triumph with Josh Hartnett and Kate Beckinsale. In 2003, Affleck starred in the film adaptation of the comic book Daredevil, which he adored from early childhood. The film collected at the box office a good amount of money and received good reviews from critics, but the subsequent pictures Geely and Surviving Christmas almost failed. His duet with Jennifer Lopez in Geely called the worst acting tandem in the history of cinema. However, Affleck's popularity was not affected even by 2 consecutive failures. In 2009, Affleck took part in the crime thriller Trump Aces, joining the epic about the confrontation between the FBI and the Mafia with a supporting role. The project's lead actor was Ryan Reynolds, who played Special Agent Richard Messner. After Aces, Affleck reduced the pace of acting, devoting most of his free time to his own projects, where he acted as a director and screenwriter. One of these projects was the political thriller Operation Argo, the script of which was based on real events. The plot was based on the story of the rescue of American diplomats from captivity after the seizure of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran in 1979. For the main role of CIA agent Tony Mendez claimed Brad Pitt, but because of the busy schedule could not allocate time for such a large-scale project, and Ben had to combine directorial duties with the game. But Bryan Cranston was able to leave the set of the series in all the might and play the boss of Mendez, Jack O'Donnell. Although many accused Affleck of taking too much liberties with historical facts, his third directorial effort won 3 Oscars in 2013, including a statuette for a major Best Picture nomination. In 2009, the world saw him in the role of the lover of the charming Jennifer Aniston in the comedy Promise, Do Not Mean to Marry. And in 2014, Viewers mesmerized by the development of the plot of the detective thriller disappeared, where Affleck's character had to solve a string of intricate mysteries to find his missing wife, brilliantly played by Rosamund Pike. In 2016, a massive blockbuster with his participation was released, Batman v Superman. Affleck played Batman and his alter ego Bruce Wayne, in November 2017, its sequel Justice League. In the same role, he appeared in the film Suicide Squad with Margot Robbie, which gave audiences a glimpse into the other camp of the confrontation between good and evil. Both films were met coolly, especially by DC Comics fans. In 2020, the actor was busy filming the sports drama Out of the Game with a very banal plot. He played a once hopeful basketball player, and now an alcoholic loser, who gets a chance to become a coach of the school team. Because of Affleck's growing addiction to alcohol, the insurance company raised the price of Affleck's life insurance, and the cost of DC projects involving the actor increased by an order of magnitude. Therefore, after the end of work on Justice League, film studio no longer wanted to see him in the role of Batman. The new Knight of Gotham was Robert Pattinson. In 2020, Ben Affleck starred in The Flash. Fans were thrilled to learn that the actor would return to the role of Batman in at least one film in the franchise. However, his appearance was short, literally 5 minutes. However, Affleck called the performance a great conclusion to his Batman story arc and admitted that it was only now that he finally fully understood his character. The director's version of Zack Snyder's Justice League also premiered on HBO Max in 2021, where Affleck also appeared as Bruce Wayne. Ben Affleck's first love was Cheyenne Rothman, the very girl for whose sake the future actor entered the hated University of Vermont. However, his beloved did not appreciate such a loud deed, and did not approve Ben for the role of her boyfriend. 10 years later, Affleck called her refusal the biggest disappointment of life. In 1997, Affleck had an affair with Gwyneth Paltrow, who had just ended her relationship with Brad Pitt. For a long time they were considered the most exemplary couple in Hollywood. On Gwyneth's 24th birthday, Affleck presented her with diamond earrings and agreed to play with his girlfriend in an uncharacteristic for him project, Shakespeare in Love, a film that became fatal for their relationship. Not only did Paltrow refuse to understudy in bed scenes with Joseph Fiennes, she constantly admired her colleague in front of Ben. Fiennes is so good. Such a good actor. One day after filming, Ben caught Gwyneth and Joseph in a passionate embrace. Although the actress fervently convinced Ben that it was only a rehearsal, the relationship came to an end. For the next 4 years, Ben Affleck's intimate relationship became one of Hollywood's most talked about mysteries. There were rumors of affairs with Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock and former James Bond enemy, Dutch actress Famke Janssen, but Affleck himself never commented on such statements. In 2002, on the set of the film Geely, he spun a romance Jennifer Lopez. Things were inexorably moving towards the wedding. Ben even stuck to the nickname Mr. Lopez. He bought an engagement ring with a rare pink diamond, and the newspapers were already preparing to savor the details of the ceremony, but 4 days before the wedding, press agent Lopez notified the media. Affleck and J.Lo separated. Ben later admitted that his romance with the singer had exhausted him so much that he barely had any energy left for filming. Shortly after the breakup, Affleck showed up in public with former Pearl Harbor and Daredevil film partner, Jennifer Garner. In 2005, the couple secretly married in the Caribbean, and in December of the same year Violet Ann Affleck was born. Marriage to Garner gave Ben 2 more children, a younger daughter Seraphina Rose Elizabeth and a boy Samuel. In 2015, the day after their 10th wedding anniversary, Affleck and Garner announced the start of divorce proceedings. The exact reason for the breakup remained a mystery, but an insider, who wished to remain anonymous, reported that the reason lies in Ben's cheating on his wife, which he was tired of hiding, and his alcoholism. Even a family psychologist did not save the relationship. At one point, the angry wife kicked Affleck out of the house, and he was forced to wander around hotels in search of a night's accommodation. The divorce process dragged on for quite a long time, 3 years. Jennifer hoped that her husband would come to his senses, take a course of treatment for alcoholism and stop going to the left. married. But hopes were in vain. Officially, the divorce was finalized in 2018. The former spouses shared custody of the children equally. In 2017, Ben began dating actress Lindsay Shookus, although the couple had been rumored to have been together since 2015. The couple broke up when Affleck was spotted in the company of Playboy model Shauna Sexton. In November 2019, Ben Affleck was found on a dating app, a paid analog of Tinder for VIPs. In his profile, he wrote that he was looking for an ordinary girl, not a star. After that, the actor deleted all photos from his profile and made it private. After his divorce from Garner, the actor constantly experienced bouts of depression, which he poured alcohol. In 2017, he underwent a course of rehabilitation, after which he stated that he felt like a new man. In the summer of 2018, he was again forced to undergo a month of therapy in a drug clinic. Autumn 2019 changed Ben's life. It was then, on the set of the thriller Deep Water, he met Cuban actress Ana de Armas. The girl won him over, and the lovers began dating. Ben and Ana isolated themselves together during the quarantine, and after its retreat, they began to appear together often on the streets and social events. Fans believe that de Armas healed Affleck. In January 2021, the couple broke up after a year of relationship. According to insiders, the initiator of the breakup was Ana de Armas. This is also attributed to Affleck's weight loss. Fans are sure that it is due to stress because of the breakup. Soon Ben began to be seen in the company of his former lover Jennifer Lopez. Both made no secret of the fact that after 18 years they decided to give their relationship a second chance and went out together. In November 2021, Affleck gave a great interview with Wall Street Journal magazine, saying that on the second try their relationship became even stronger, because both are now adults, established people with an understanding of personal boundaries. It seems that both of them have really considered the mistakes of the past. In the spring of 2022, Ben proposed to his beloved, and in July tabloids reported about the wedding of Ben and Jennifer in Las Vegas. The celebration was as modest as possible. J.Lo wore a dress in which she once starred in a film, and Ben, an ordinary jacket. A month after the wedding in Las Vegas, the newlyweds celebrated the wedding in Georgia with friends and family. Lopez wore a white dress with short sleeves, a back cutout and a flowing train with ruffles from Ralph Lauren. A sheer veil completed the wedding look. Affleck opted for a white dinner jacket with black trousers and a classic bow tie,